no, no. This was beyond my
Beyond
imagination.
your imagination.
I believe it beyond Frank's as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. It's once in a, not very many people in their lifetime get to experience what you two have experienced here in Temiskaming.
Exactly.
It's hard to believe, a little town on the border, Quebec-Ontario border, and look at how global we are.
We did it. We did it, and we're proud of it.
Yes,
and
that's
everybody did their part. Absolutely.
Now, maybe just to get back to when you first came to Tembec, when you first started, when was it, and what was your job?
Well, I started in 1974, but with an engineering firm that came to Temiskaming called Shawinigan Engineering. They were looking for a secretary. I applied, and I got the job. At that particular time, Frank was not too keen on my working for the mill. So I got hired with Shawinigan Engineering and just gradually stayed on. I was a union member, and therefore they protected me. And here I am today.
That's wonderful. And any changes you've seen over the years that are worth mentioning? I mean, there's so much, obviously, with computers, with, going from the typewriters to you name it. It's technology's taken over.
Oh, yes. It's unbelievable, as you say, from typewriters to electric typewriters to computers to, in my day, I've seen so much, and I have learned so much. It's been a pleasure working just to learn all this new technology.
It's amazing what you kind of think, what are they going to come up with next?
Exactly, and believe me, they will come up with other things, bigger and better.
Exactly. Now, what does tonight mean for you personally? I mean, there must, really on a personal level, it must be something else.
Well, I'm very, very pleased and happy to be part of the community, to be celebrating with the people here. And it's just so nice to know that I have so many friends that are here celebrating with us.
That's the wonderful part about it. It's not just a company of people building their own future. It's a company of friends, of people that have known each other for this long. And like I was speaking with Marie Burnett and a couple other people earlier, and they were saying, it was such a camaraderie. There was such a social atmosphere to it at the time, and everybody worked together. If you had a problem, you just went next door and asked them to help you.
Exactly. That's how it's been, and I'm sure it'll continue to be. It's just really a big family.
Good, great, and you must be very proud of your husband and all of his accomplishments. And it's nice to hear Jacques Giasson tonight give him the credit that he's due.
Yes, I certainly am.
Good.
Yeah, he deserves lots of credit.
Good. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
I'm here definitely with a man who needs no introduction, Mr. Frank Dettori, and this is a very special evening. I'm sure it's even more special for you, Frank. What are your feelings about this evening?
Well, I think it's nice to reminisce and look back. 25 years have gone very, very fast, and I think when we look back, I think there's been a great accomplishment, so I hope that everybody feels as proud as I do over what's been accomplished here. I think it's a model that shows, I think, not only Canada, but the rest of the world of what people can do if they work together and if they're optimistic and constructive, and I hope it keeps on for another 25.
Yes, so do I. And it's amazing and phenomenal, actually, that a small town on the Ontario-Quebec border, people think small towns, nothing much will happen there, but look at how global we've gone just from this small little area.
Yeah, I think it always amazes people when, I get asked the question a lot of time, you live in Montreal, you live in Toronto, because I think the perception out there is that a lot of people think that all the ingenuity and brains sort of comes from the big city, but I always tell them the smartest and the best people and the hardest workers come from a small community. They understand work, they've got good ethics and good work ethics, and I think that's made a difference. And it's not just Tembec, but a lot of companies that have grown actually up from small communities, not the big cities.
Let's talk about the uniqueness of Tembec too. I mean, really, how did you get involved in all of this, and your feelings at the time when it all started, when you were going to be one of the founding fathers of Tembec? What was going through your mind at the time?
Well, I don't think that we had any great what do you call it, aspirations. If someone would have said to me even 10 years ago at Tembec, would it be today? Or we had accepted it or thought it would be what it is today, I'd say no. I think there was a challenge there. I think we were all insulted and slighted by the fact that a big company would just shut a small town down and not care about people. So I think it was more emotional and more moral of saying this is wrong, and the reason they didn't succeed is because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. If we have a vision, we want to work hard together, we can make a success. And I think that's what has been demonstrated here. That if you work hard, if you know where you're going, you're going to get there. And I think that's what's happened and why Tembec grew. And today, we're proud to say we're bigger than CIP used to be when they shut us down.
That's a real in your it feels good. One of those comments like we showed you. With that, Tembec has grown quite a bit. Actually, in the past even 2 years, there's been an acquisition of a lot of mills. What is this? Sometimes you hear people rumbling. They get a little bit worried when they hear this. Do they need to worry? Is it something? Is this just going to be another notch on our belt, and it's going to keep us going for another 25 doing these acquisitions?
Well, I think today, a company is like people. You have to keep growing, or else you get old and die. And I think. When you look at the amount of money that we've spent in making acquisitions, we borrowed a lot of money. But some of the money that's coming in today from some of the acquisitions that we made is what's allowing us to modernize the mill and give it a new life for the next 25 years. If we didn't have Spruce Falls, if we didn't have Crestbrook, if we didn't have some of those companies, or Temcell.
Temcell's really grown. It's amazing.
That's generating all the money for us. Maybe we couldn't modernize the mill. So I think you got to look at the long-term future, the long-term, and you got to make money. And then if you make money, you can reinvest it. And if you reinvest it, you keep growing and you keep creating jobs and keep people happy.
So people here, I know recently there had been some in the papers. There have been rumors and comments made. I know you cleared it up in the site manager's minutes this past week. Can you just share with us your comments from that? Because I think some people maybe would not have read that. What is your take on all of this?
On the
rumors or the newspapers saying a possible takeover.
Well, I think today, with the value of the Canadian dollar, Tembec is going to make a lot of money next year. We hope to make $120 million. So certainly for people who want to buy the shares, I know a lot of people think we're up at $12, $14. They think, geez, it's time to sell. There's other people who think it's time to buy. And the Americans, obviously, because of the value of the Canadian dollar, have an opportunity to buy. But Tembec will be a difficult company to take over on a hostile takeover. So I think before anyone takes over Tembec, they'd have to come and talk to us. And nobody's talked to us. So I think we're going to keep minding our own business and keep growing it. So
especially because we're so unique. It's just you want to keep that like all in the family type deal.
And I think that's what makes it hard to take over Tembec, is the fact that we are different, we are unique, and I think we're envied by a lot of people. But still, Tembec is a tough company to take over if you want to change the culture. I think people don't realize it, but here they participate a lot more than they can. They can go tell their boss what they think is right, without repercussions. And most companies, you can't do that. And
not as approachable.
Yeah.
Like internally.
Yeah, and I think we're a wide open company. Everybody knows everything. So most companies don't operate that way. And I know a lot of people complain, but I think a lot of people that have quit here and gone elsewhere, a good percentage of them sort of want to come back, and I think that's a good sign.
We've seen that over the years too. It's happened.
That's right. And we're happy because I think we hope that we can continue providing a good future and good opportunity, and keep building and keep making people proud.
Great. And the comments made by Jacques Giasson tonight must have, it's very nice to hear. I know you're not a man who gloats or who, but it must be nice after 25 years and after all the hard work you put in to hear comments like that made.
Oh yeah,
have a special meaning.
I think we're all human. I think sometimes we all get frustrated and we're cursing about this isn't right and that's not right and that's not perfect, and we never feel that it's good enough. But it's nice when a third party or someone comes in and puts it in perspective, and then you look back and you say, geez, we haven't done too badly.
Not too
so
bad.
Sure.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it makes us all feel good.
Good. And just on one last note, Frank, what does tonight mean for you personally, like on a personal level? I'm asking everybody that question because it's different, and I'm sure it is for you as well.
Well, I think I'm proud, what we've accomplished. I think I'm proud of the fact that, a lot of people participated and feel part of it, and I think that's important. I think to have a community and to have a whole bunch of employees all feel as if they made it happen, they participate, I think that's great. And I think that's sort of even a warmer feeling that that you've got a good group of people that have worked hard and
And most of them are friends.
yeah, and
Groups
they're
of friends.
friends, and so it's nice. I felt really good.
Good. Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
J'ai Frank Duterer à mes côtés. J'aimerais le féliciter premièrement pour avoir reçu une montre, premièrement, parce que ça fait 25 ans qu'il est avec Tembec. Je vous félicite.
Merci.
Bon, premièrement, vous êtes le fondateur de Tembec, un des fondateurs. J'imagine que vous avez commencé dans le commencement, dans le très bas. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer un peu qu'est-ce qui vous a permis d'avancer si loin?
Ben, je pense que c'était un peu d'avoir une vision où on s'en va. Alors, c'est tout le monde connaît l'objectif, c'est plus facile. Et l'autre chose, c'est qu'on avait beaucoup de participation et beaucoup de dévouement de beaucoup des employés qui ont travaillé très, très fort pour contribuer à notre succès. Alors, c'était pas seulement un ou deux, mais je pense que la plupart des employés ici ont contribué énormément à notre succès. Et avec la culture qu'on a développée ici, on peut l'utiliser ailleurs. Et les gens regardent ça, ils regardent qu'est-ce que les gens peuvent faire à Témiscamingue. Peut-être on peut faire ça nous-mêmes. Alors, on a des autres succès comme Spruce Falls et Pine Falls et des autres où les gens ont regardé qu'est-ce que les gens ont fait ici, puis ils décident de faire la même chose.
Mais je crois vraiment, des fois, vous devez vous dire, c'est vous qui avez remis la ville en état de marche. Est-ce que des fois, vous vous rendez compte que c'est grâce à vous que toutes ces personnes ici ce soir, c'est grâce à vous, puis vos idées et votre persévérance qui est réussi à avoir un emploi puis à garder leur emploi?
Bien, c'est sûr que je suis fier d'avoir contribué, mais en réalité, qu'est-ce qui arrive au monde? Il y a quelqu'un qui a tout, comment ça s'appelle ça? Tous les fleurs, mais en réalité, quand on a commencé l'usine, on avait 3, 4, 5, 100 employés qui ont travaillé 40, 50, 60 heures par semaine. Et c'est ça le temps difficile qui a fait qui nous a donné l'opportunité d'avancer. Alors, c'est sûr qu'aujourd'hui, peut-être beaucoup de monde me donne le crédit, mais il y avait beaucoup de monde, comme je dis, des centaines qui ont assisté à le faire. Alors, c'était pas seulement une qui a fait tout ça, c'était impossible. Et alors, c'est pour ça que cette soirée, c'est une bonne soirée où les gens peuvent réfléchir un peu et puis ils peuvent être fiers de leur contribution à notre succès. C'est comme un bébé, hein? Quand tu commences, c'est difficile. Quand tu viens comme un teenager, ça va mieux, mais c'est le temps, quand tu es très jeune, que tu as besoin de support et les gens étaient là. Alors, je pense que c'est pas seulement moi-même qui doit être fier, mais tout le monde.
Là, en ce moment, il y a la première danse. J'imagine que vous allez danser vite, fait qu'on va, on va accélérer un petit peu. Vous dites que c'est grâce aux employés que vous avez réussi à faire quelque chose. Mais je crois que les employés ont toujours eu quelque chose de leur usine. Comme vous voyez, aujourd'hui, vous faites vraiment une belle soirée. Je crois que c'est pas toutes les usines puis toutes les industries qui remercient leurs employés de cette manière. Je crois que c'est vraiment touchant de la manière que vous traitez vos employés. J'imagine que c'est une recette spéciale pour vous garder puis pour faire travailler vos employés.
Ah oui, mais c'est ça, c'est toujours dans une compagnie, tu as besoin de quelqu'un peut-être qui a une idée, mais pour le faire, tu as besoin de beaucoup de monde. Et si tu peux, que les gens peuvent participer et le faire, alors ça devient leur idée aussi. Alors c'est pour ça que quand quelqu'un est fier de ses accomplissements, moi je pense que c'est bon parce que tu vas faire un peu plus. Et on est à peu près, si tu parles à 90% des personnes, on aime de contribuer à quelque chose, d'être positif, de faire des bonnes choses. Alors les gens qui ont travaillé à Tembec, je pense qu'ils ont fait ça. Alors ils sont fiers, comme moi-même. On est fiers.
Mais je vous félicite vraiment pour cette soirée parce qu'on dirait vraiment, on se croirait au paradis avec tous ces décors. Puis je voulais vous dire, vous avez vécu beaucoup de changements dans l'usine. C'est quoi les changements particuliers que vous avez vus dans les employés? Est-ce que vous avez vu beaucoup de monde? Est-ce que le monde a amélioré dans les années? L'informatique les a aidés? Comment vous voyez au niveau des employés, ça a été plus facile pour eux autres de s'adapter à la nouvelle entreprise ou ça a été plus dur étant donné que l'informatique a augmenté?
Ah oui, ben, c'est un peu l'évolution, même dans des choses techniques et même aussi dans la société. Les gens aujourd'hui, ils sont plus, peut-être mieux formés, ils sont plus prêts à exprimer leur point de vue. Quand moi, j'étais jeune, quand le boss formait bien te dire faire quelque chose, il n'y avait pas de discussion. Hein. Tu veux le faire, puis c'est tout. Aujourd'hui, les gens sont plus indépendants, ils veulent participer. Alors, ça change un peu. Mais moi, je pense que c'est un peu, ça améliore, c'est pas négatif. C'est ça où tu peux voir tout le monde qui participe. Si tu peux utiliser, disons, le cerveau d'une centaine d'employés au lieu d'une, tu vas avoir une meilleure solution. C'est plus facile pour les gérants de le faire parce que ça devient plus compliqué. Mais au fin du jour, tu as un meilleur résultat. Et quelquefois, c'est difficile pour quelqu'un qui est en contrôle et en charge de dire, ben je vais demander à quelqu'un d'autre parce que ça semble que peut-être ils ont l'opinion que tu n'es pas très intelligent. Mais il n'y a pas aucun qui connaît toutes les choses au monde. Alors, si tu peux utiliser que tout le monde peut participer, tu as le meilleur de tout le monde, ça va faire une réussite. Et notre défi dans l'avenir est de garder cette culture, de s'assurer que les gens vont participer, qu'ils ont l'opportunité de le faire et qu'ils sont constructifs. Et s'ils font ça, on a encore notre 25 ans pour ceux qui restent après moi de continuer notre succès.
Mais vous, j'imagine, vous allez passer bientôt à votre retraite?
Bon, moi, je pense pas de retraite, mais il s'en vient.
En tout cas, je vous remercie pour la belle soirée au nom de tous les employés de Tembec. Je crois qu'ils sont très fiers de leur cadeau, qu'ils ont tous reçu une belle montre, il faut le spécifier, que Tembec leur donne. Je crois que vous l'avez fait subir une belle soirée. Puis je crois qu'ils sont très fiers de vous.
Merci. Bien, j'espère qu'il y a une bonne raison d'être fier parce qu'il a contribué à développer une compagnie qui est un exemple au Canada et même au monde.
Je vous félicite aussi pour vos prix. Je sais que vous avez reçu le prix des ingénieurs du Québec. Je voulais vous remercier, vous féliciter. Félicitations. Merci. Woo! Oh yeah, let's start it off like...
Okay, I think they want us to leave now. That would be our cue to leave. What a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoy a lot of the stories. I mean, some of them you might have heard before from some people, but there's definitely some new information. Each day there's something new going on. But wow, Tembec, it's hard to believe we're in the little town of Temiskaming on the Ontario-Quebec border. And look at how big and how wonderful this room is. It's beautiful the way they've decorated it. And everybody tonight said they had a wonderful time. And, you know, they're really just getting the party going behind us here. So I'm going to pass it over to Claude and to Natalie from Nothing Simpler en anglais. En français, c'est quoi?
Je veux dire, Anne-Marie, I didn't understand anything.